Hello everybody, we're here with Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. This is a Blackluster Soldier deck, and it's going to be focusing mainly on the ritual cards. But if you guys know anything about BLS, Envoy of the Beginning, this card was absolutely busted when it got released in the TCG. Obviously, things are a bit different now, so it's not as busted anymore. It's still very good effect. Target one monster in the field, banish it. Can't attack when you do it, and if you destroy your opponent's monster, you can make a second attack in battle. And the thing that's crazy about the deck is our Super Soldier. So when Super Soldier destroys a monster, you can deal damage to your opponent equal to the attack. And again, when you're using the ritual, we are running the Evening Twilight and we're running the Beginning Night. So these cards give your ritual cards extra effects. They actually give them effects similar to Blackluster Soldier Envoy, but even better because the banish effect on these cards, where you can target one monster your opponent controls and banish it, they are not, they do not inhibit you from attacking. So that's what makes these cards crazy. And obviously, the secondary effects are also insane. And you can activate both secondary and main effect of each of the cards once per turn. So if I used a Evening Twilight Night and a Beginning Night, that means I'm going to be able to activate this banish, and I activate this banish, and I can attack and destroy a monster and make a second attack, and I could banish another. I honestly thought it was just once per turn, but it's not. It does let you banish multiple cards per turn, which is kind of insane. That all being said, right? That all being said, the deck obviously has its weaknesses, just blaring weaknesses. Let's just watch some games, guys. Let's go to the games. Hello, we're here for game number 1, and I'm just going to say right here that we're probably not going to be able to do too much turn 1. Our turn 2 is, our turn 3 is going to be much better, and we're going to pretty much go for a kill on turn 3. We're gonna set it up to go for the kill. We're going to Ash this Parlor Dragon Maid. Because, yeah, it's kind of annoying. And then we're just going to pass. Our hand's just Maxi. We're hoping they don't have a negate for the Maxi or an Ash. But it's not the end of the world if they do. He goes for the fusion. I go for the Maxi. I feel like he used the Dragon's effect to try and, like, bait out the Maxi. Because he definitely knew I had it. Like, maybe he thought I was going to be stupid and, like, use it preemptively or something. But he's under Max C, so every time he's doing some of these plays, I'm, like, leveling it. But I don't even think you guys realize how strong of OTKO this deck has. Because I can actually just kill him right here with my current hand. But he's going to let us draw a bit more because he's going to go into extra fusions. You know, he's getting a little greedy here. 2 Dragon Shios are kind of like whatever because you can only activate one of the negates per turn. It's a hard once per turn on the effect. We actually want him to have a card in, like, it doesn't really matter if he has a card in his hand, but like we get extra benefits when we do our ritual. You'll end up seeing. But he's gonna pop our gateway. Which you might say, oh, that was stupid. But it really wasn't stupid because we were threatening to get Super Soldier. He knows we have this in hand. But, so this is a basic combo you want to do with the deck. So this is our main starter that we always want to play if we can. So Neo Space Connector, which gets Aqua Dolphin. And we would normally use Aqua Dolphin, but we know what's in his hand, so there's no point. We go into the Soul Day. The Soul Day grabs us our Beginning Night. Now we can go for the Super Soldier Synthesis. And boom, we got one of our boss monsters out. We're going to activate the effect, banish a card in their hand. This is all off this one BLS. Activate the effect, banish this card. We're just going to activate this and special summon, activate the effect again, banish that card. I'm doing all this extra stuff, but our opponent's actually dead here. Like, I don't even have to do anything else here. He will die solely to Blackluster Soldier, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But I'm just showing how much damage I possibly could have done. So we boost this up to 4,500. We attack for 1,000. Now we burn him for 35. And we get the extra attack. Boom. Look how much damage that is, dude. Single card. Single card, by the way, doing that much damage. Crazy. Here we are for game number 2, and my goodness, we got a sexy little lineup here. We're really hoping this Rhoda goes through. It does. Paradex is not going to have a good time this game. We're going to get rid of a card in his hand immediately. We pop that. We see that he has the Regeki. So, when your opponent has a Regeki, what does that kind of tell you? It tells you should build a board that can either withstand Regeki or don't put all your eggs in one basket. So we're going to grab the Blackluster Soldier Envoy. We add the Super Soldier Synthesis. We activate the Solde to special summon that to the field. And now we are going to be... We set up our graveyard perfect for Chaos Creator and Blackluster BLS Envoy. So we just took out... So we have an IP Masquerena, Isolde, and we took out 2 cards in his hand, right? We took out Superite, he's clearly running some type of Synchro deck, and we took out a random card in his hand. So, like, this is kind of nuts. So now he goes for the Regeki. I was, like, I was trying to, like, I was hoping that he didn't have it so I can just go into Nightmare Unicorn and mess with him. But it's fine. We go into Apollosa, which obviously our opponent can do nothing to, right? He plays Externat, which is kind of awful. I think this game, honestly, I don't think it was like a particularly like strong game, but I just wanted to show you kind of like the strong opener against someone. Because the deck obviously is not going to be setting up like 30 negates, right? It's not, but I just wanted to show you it can still do some pretty strong and annoying shit just with the Aqua Dolphin, the other card taking another card out of their hands, going into IP, having follow-up with IP, stuff like that. Hello everybody, we're here for game number 3, and I do want to mention ahead of time too, these games are taken in gold with the season reset, so I do apologize for that. Normally, I would at least want to get into plat before I get any recordings, but yeah, it is what it is. But you got to remember, this is like the second day of the season, so it's like most of these people are people who are from plat anyway. We end up going into Soul Day, activate the combo, we get impermed, which is literally the worst. I was really hoping he had Effect Veiler, so I could just call by the grave his ass, but it is what it is. We hit him for the 16 hundo, set called, and pass. You're gonna notice I mainly showed this game because of how annoying this shit is. I always find it funny when this shit happens. Our opponent Ash Blossoms our reinforcement. I'm able to call by the grave. I'm like, okay, yeah, man. Play connector. He activates Max C. I'm like, Neospatial Aqua Dolphin. He gammas me. It's like, come on, dude, come on. Let me just play the game. Please. Like, that's four hand traps already. He just ends. He's just like, his deck is mono hand trap. That's what I'm assuming. They're playing Gateway to Chaos. And he ashes the Gateway of Chaos. Again, mono hand traps. He's played 5 hand traps so far. That's what's on the counter. And we see that he's playing some type of God deck. I'm going to be honest with you. I can tell you exactly what he's playing because I did check, obviously, afterwards. He is playing like a small God package, but it's playing Numerons. So, which kind of makes sense. It explains all the hand traps because Numeron is known for playing a ton of hand traps. Because all they just try and wait for is to get that Numeron network. So we're going to Harpies. He's going to Imperm. And I think we actually go for a kill here, which is a pretty easy kill at this point, right? We go for Gateway. We actually didn't even need to do that. Nightmare Unicorn's enough. By the way, don't be afraid to send the ritual monster to the graveyard, because our ritual spell cards, they summon from graveyard too. And GG, goodbye, nerd. Hello, darkness, my old friend. We're on game 4. I don't know where I'm going with that. We get Ash Blossom. Actually, that's a royal rare. Honestly, should just let it go through. Just because it looks kind of sick. Kind of jealous. That's a sick royal rare, dude. Dude, that looks insane. The holographic on that? Shit. Alright, well. We're going to be doing some hood rat shit. I'm going to Striker Dragon. I don't think our turn 1 is particularly impressive. I think this is like a more common turn 1 you end up doing with the deck. You just go into Baguska and you just call it a fucking day. So our opponent misplays horribly here, and I want you guys to tell me why our opponent's misplaying. Tell us why our opponent's misplaying. Alright, I'll tell you right now. So, if he just went into Monk, and then Vishuda, he could have Vishuda'd the Baguska and just done his whole turn. I literally don't know what's going through this guy's brain. But it's kind of what I expect playing in gold. I'm gonna have a bunch of people that are gold in the comment section. You're just a fucking cringe lord, you piece of shit. He actually, this is kind of cringe. I swear to God, I thought he was gonna go into Yazi, and I thought that was gonna be hilarious. But this play by him is actually not bad. It's actually pretty good. So we activate a Super Soldier, and he actually goes for the Baron Negate. He had to go for the Baron Negate, but like, because I was just gonna kill a kill. But like, man, I'm able to do whatever the hell I want now. So now we're gonna activate Chaos Space. Chaos Space is gonna get the Chaos Creator. And if you don't know why this is nuts, we about to go crazy right now. Banish, banish. That gets us our Synthesis. And we're gonna also special summon. The special summon is really not necessary, because like I said, we're gonna burn our opponent out of the game. Super Soldier is pretty insane. Like, we just get rid of the card in his hand, banish this card, kablooey, take a bajillion damage, and then and this, I was 100 points of damage off, which I kind of felt bad about. Like, it did not feel good, and the reason why is because I misplayed. I should not have summoned Beginning Night. I should have summoned anything else, because Beginning Night I could have reshuffled back in my deck, and I would have had extra attack there. And that would have been way more than enough damage. So that was my misplay. So the most reasonable thing you could do at this point is just to go into Apollousa to just lock the game out. Like, there's very, 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 very little that our opponent can top deck out Apollousa. And that's just not it. I just negate it. Boom. Like, he would have had to top deck something crazy like 10-year or something. If he top decked a 10-year, I probably would have screamed and punched my computer. Hello, we're here for the next game against VVV. And they're playing some type of weird shark deck, which is tilting. So I hope he has no follow-up, because I really don't want to get crooked cooked right now. I don't really have an out for that in this deck, because who the fuck will? But we have the Space Connector. We look at his hand. He's actually playing some type of Phantom Knight deck, which is surprising. But yeah. Like, he has this Droplet, which is actually really annoying. But he's kind of fucked. Can we go for the kill here, though? I don't even remember. I know we definitely have to use this Chaos Space. We send the Wild Connector. Then we get the Black Dragon. We definitely link climb here. And then we summon, then we have to go for the extra draw. These extra draws are so clutch too with the Chaos Space. Ooh, we hit something delicious. Yeah, he's just dead. Dead on arrival. Well, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. This deck OTKOs pretty fucking easily. You can link climb easy with it, and then you got bam bam, shablamo. Ooh, get fucked. Yeah, anytime I see someone playing Phantom Knights, I just want to smack them. Alrighty, guys, we're here for the final game, and we're playing against. I'd like to imagine that this is like the mirror match. This is not Jack Fatless versus Yugi, but this is more of Yugi versus a Tem. You know, the final battle. I'm Yugi. Except I'm morbidly obese Yugi. I'm Yugi if he was an actual Yu-Gi-Oh player. Like he'd be a fucking like 600 pounds. And this guy's obviously skinny and jacked out of his mind because he's from fucking Egypt. He's got them Egyptian genetics. I can't compete with that. Fucking Portuguese, dude. We're meant to be fucking Charisse rolls. You know? You know, I say that, but then there's Cristiano Ronaldo. He has probably arguably like one of the fucking best bodies in the world. He's fucking shredded at like, dude, he looks like he's like 20 something. Oh man. Well, we summoned Super Soldier. We're showing them the business. Teach them a lesson in self-respect. Goodbye. I just have to show Yugi like who he's messing with. Man, I will say this though, playing in gold, even though it's like the beginning of the season, there's so much more diversity than playing in like diamond. Diamond is like, when I'm playing diamond, it's like AIDS. It's like everybody's just playing Branded Despia and you play Sword Soul once in a while. I kind of feel bad though, because I feel like our opponent's like in like a different universe than us. Like he's playing cards like Magician's Navigation, which is horrible. Like they're good in Duel Links, and that's about it. And then we killed him with his own Dark Magicians. He actually would have done. I would have done less damage if he just did not do anything. If he just like AFK'd and did nothing, I would have killed him there. Some food for thought. Hello everybody, we're here for the recap, and I know this recap means a lot to you, but you know what means a lot to me is you subscribing to this channel right now. Do it. Subscribe, turn that notification bell so you guys are notified every time I'm uploading. I upload 3 times a week, sometimes more, depends on the content. Maybe I'll start doing more uploads. I don't know. 3 times a week's a lot though. That's a lot more than some other people. I don't know who, but some other people. I do actually want to give a special shout out to a Tem, who is another content creator who came up with the bulk of this deck, apparently. This deck was submitted in my Twitch chat by one of my users, and they informed me that it was actually something they grabbed from this content creator named a Tem, similar to the name that from the Yugi from the show. I'm gonna actually have his channel right here somewhere. So he makes Yu-Gi-Oh content too. He showcases a lot of anime decks. So if you're into that, check it out too. That all being said, how did the deck actually do? Right? Well, the deck was pretty good. Overall, the deck actually was pretty good. We went on a huge, again, this is gold, but beginning of the season gold, so it's not as bad. But we went on like a 12 or 13 game win streak before we lost the game. It was pretty nutty. But I will say that people we did beat, like that the Sword Soul game, I think it was game 2 or 3. That game I shouldn't have won if the guy played any decently. Like if he did not make like 300 mistakes, he should have absolutely smoked my ass. So there's that. I feel like this deck definitely has a lot of weaknesses to it, and the fact that it's like an OTKO deck without having going second cards is kind of fucking nuts. But the thing is, I find it really hard to put in droplets and shit like that, if that makes any sense. The best thing I could say is if we were going to fix this deck up a bit more, we take out Solemn Judgment. Honestly, Imperm's fine. I think Imperm's a really good card because it's good for going second too. Like, I feel like we take out that. Maybe we take out the Gaia and something else and just put in 3 droplets. Because if you go second with this deck, right, you're going to fucking lose if they have any moderate board. You know what I mean? If they set up like 3 negates, there's no way you're winning this. There's not enough extenders in the deck for you to do that, you know? So, another thing I think I could elevate the deck that probably would trigger a lot of people, though, is actually putting DPE in the deck. And the only reason why is because this deck goes to 2 very easily, like Link 2s. So, Link 2s are really good, especially with like White Black Dragon. So you can put Verte and you can easily put DPE, and plus they're both warrior, like everything's a warrior. So if you end up having like one of the DPE pieces in your hand and you really need to go into a Soul Day, you could technically summon it and use it as material for a Soul Day too. That's probably horrible though, just saying. It's probably not, that's like real desperate shit. But DPE is obviously a very strong effect too that can probably carry the game. The reason why I didn't showcase it in this deck is because I didn't want people being like, I thought this was a BLS deck, not a DPE. So I didn't do it. So you're welcome. But yeah, I would say you're probably going to have a very hard time when you get into diamonds. Like even climb, like at the moment, even climbing a plat is probably going to be a little difficult because the more you're playing against branded fusion and like branded Despia, I think this deck will have a very hard time unless you can just kill him in that one turn. You can kill him in that one turn, Yugioh, but they have like multiple ways of like banishing, like interacting with your board, and they'll have like what is it, the burn effect, Masquerading Dragon, just burning you every time you do anything. So I don't know. I feel like that deck's going to be really tough for this deck to beat, like consistently, like on a consistent basis. I think you probably would go like 40-60 against them. But I really haven't played, like, I'm going to be honest, I really haven't played against any branded Despias to begin with. Probably because they're all in fucking Diamond at the moment. But remember, it's the beginning of the season, so not many decks are in Diamond right now. So it is what it is. Now, on a power scaling of 1 to 10, I'm going to say this deck is definitely a little memey. I would say it's probably on the like the 6.5, like barely pushing 7. And I would say on a tier, it's definitely in the meme tier. Is it better than Dark Magician or Blue Eyes? I think it's probably close to on par with like, it's closer to Blue Eyes than Dark Magician. Because Dark Magician, now that they have the branded package, they're actually pretty darn good. They're actually not bad at all. So, yeah, I probably would say that the deck, if you want to climb the Diamond with it, I 100% think you can climb the Diamond with it. Climbing the Diamond 1 with it is going to be a fucking task. It is going to be very difficult. So, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys want me to play next. Give me suggestions. I have an idea of what we're going to be doing for the next few decks, but if something that someone suggests catches my eye, I will probably make it instead. I'll cut it ahead of the group, but it really depends. I hope you guys enjoyed the content, and please give this video a like, and I'll see you next time.